The Constitution stands as the ultimate legal authority in Papua New Guinea. It safeguards the rights of citizens and outlines the framework for governance. A key principle enshrined in the Constitution is the separation of powers. This principle divides governmental authority among three distinct branches: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. Each branch operates independently with its own set of powers and responsibilities. The legislature, or parliament, makes laws. The executive, headed by the Prime Minister, implements these laws. The judiciary interprets the laws and ensures they align with the Constitution. This separation of powers is crucial for preventing any single branch from accumulating excessive power. It ensures checks and balances within the system. The judiciary, for instance, plays a vital role in upholding the Constitution. It can declare laws passed by Parliament or actions taken by the executive as unconstitutional. This power of judicial review acts as a safeguard against potential abuses of power by the other branches. The principle of constitutional supremacy dictates that all laws and actions must conform to the Constitution. Any law that contradicts the Constitution is considered void. This principle underscores the paramount importance of the Constitution as the supreme law of the land. The judiciary plays a pivotal role in upholding constitutional supremacy by interpreting the Constitution and ensuring that all laws and actions are consistent with its provisions. The separation of powers and constitutional supremacy are fundamental pillars of PNG's democracy. They ensure that power is distributed and exercised within the bounds set by the Constitution, safeguarding the rights and freedoms of citizens. The ongoing political situation in PNG highlights the importance of these principles in practice. In the heart of PNG's recent political drama lies the vote of no confidence, a parliamentary mechanism designed to test the government's majority support. The opposition, dissatisfied with the government's performance, sought to oust the Prime Minister through a vote of no confidence. However, their efforts faced obstacles. The Speaker of Parliament, a position meant to preside over parliamentary proceedings impartially, allegedly prevented a debate on the vote of no confidence. This maneuver sparked controversy, with the opposition crying foul and accusing the Speaker of bias. The matter escalated further when the opposition challenged the Speaker's actions in court, alleging they violated parliamentary procedures and constitutional rights. The crux of their argument rested on the premise that the Speaker's actions stifled their right to table and debate the vote of no confidence, a fundamental aspect of parliamentary democracy. The court, after reviewing the case, ruled in favour of the opposition. The judges deemed the Speaker's actions unconstitutional, emphasising that the vote of no confidence is a legitimate parliamentary tool, and that attempts to obstruct it undermine the democratic process. The court ordered Parliament to reconvene and allow the vote of no confidence motion to proceed according to established parliamentary rules. This landmark ruling underscored the judiciary's crucial role in upholding the Constitution and ensuring the proper functioning of the democratic process. It demonstrated that even the actions of high-ranking officials like the Speaker are subject to judicial scrutiny and must adhere to the principles of constitutionalism and the rule of law. Following the court's ruling, the opposition, undeterred in their pursuit of accountability, threatened to initiate contempt proceedings against the Speaker and the Clerk of Parliament. Contempt of Parliament is a serious offence, implying deliberate disregard for or obstruction of parliamentary authority. The opposition argued that the Speaker's actions, particularly the alleged refusal to allow the debate on the vote of no confidence, constituted contempt. They claimed that the Speaker's conduct not only violated parliamentary procedures but also demonstrated a blatant disregard for the court's ruling. The threat of contempt proceedings added another layer of complexity to the already tense political situation. However, legal experts raised doubts about the likelihood of these proceedings succeeding. They pointed to the principle of separation of powers, arguing that the judiciary's role is to interpret the law and ensure its adherence, not to interfere in the internal proceedings of Parliament. The opposition's case, they argued, hinged on the interpretation of parliamentary procedures and the Speaker's discretion in managing debates, matters traditionally considered internal to the legislature. Furthermore, the ambiguity surrounding the Speaker's actions, particularly whether a direct order to debate the vote of no confidence was issued, weakened the opposition's case. Without clear evidence of a deliberate and willful obstruction of Parliament's authority, proving contempt would be challenging. The contempt proceedings, therefore, appeared more symbolic than substantive, highlighting the opposition's frustration but unlikely to result in concrete legal consequences for the Speaker or the clerk. Beyond the legal intricacies, the heart of PNG's political drama lies in the numbers game. Success in Parliament hinges on securing a majority. The opposition, despite their legal victories and vocal criticisms, ultimately failed to garner sufficient support within Parliament to topple the government. The government, it seemed, had successfully consolidated its numbers, ensuring enough MPs remained loyal to survive the vote of no confidence. This failure to secure the majority exposes the limitations of the opposition's current strategies. They have effectively utilized legal avenues to challenge the government and highlight potential wrongdoings. However, they have struggled to translate this legal success into political capital. The government's continued hold on power, despite public dissatisfaction and opposition pressure, underscores the importance of political maneuvering and coalition building. The opposition's inability to capitalize on public sentiment stems partly from their failure to present a united front. Internal divisions and the lack of a clear alternative leadership have hindered their ability to present themselves as a viable alternative to the current administration. The recent legislative developments, particularly the new law limiting votes of no confidence, further complicate the opposition's task. This law, seen by many as a move to stifle dissent and consolidate power, restricts the opposition's ability to challenge the government through parliamentary mechanisms. The opposition now faces an uphill battle. They need to rethink their strategies, focusing on building broader alliances, consolidating their internal unity and presenting a compelling vision for the future of PNG. Without a significant shift in their approach, they risk remaining a vocal but ultimately ineffective force in PNG politics.